Alright, so we have an Abathur ban this time immediately. Fnatic is actually the team that bans out Abathur here. Our last map is going to be Sky Temple here at the Heroes Battle Arena, powered by G2A and Twitch. And it looks like Sonya is banned out by G2 Esports. I actually like that move quite a bit, since Fnatic has been very fond of Sonya just recently, and for very good reason. She is amazing at this point. Tyrande is being banned, and or actually like picked first, so we will probably see G2 Esports with a pick on Muradin, I'd say. Muradin Jaina would be great addition to Tyrande for Fnatic, so I assume that G2 Esports is at least going to pick one of the two, so we could see them with a Jaina plus, yeah, in this case an Uther. Nope, it is Uther Kelthas. That is an interesting start for G2 Esports. Apparently they are okay with Fnatic starting things off with a sniper combo. Fnatic is probably going to say like, wait a second, what exactly are they going to do here? There is, of course, also that Tacita out there still to consider, depending on what G2 Esports is going to try and do, because they could attempt to go into something that involves Tacita together with an Uther to keep a melee assassin or something alive. But Fnatic has a chance to pick Muradin plus Jaina, or at least Jaina. I mean, Jaina is already taken. That was a bit of a no-brainer here. But now they can think about what is going to be their third hero. Muradin would be a great tank as an addition. They could go into something like Muradin ETC later. They could also just simply try and add something else. That Tacita is something that might appeal to them too, depending on what kind of composition they are aiming for, you know. But it's definitely a setup that seems to be quite interesting. I mean, there is the Muradin. They go for it. They go Muradin, Jaina, and have the Tyrande as well. Very cool. Yeah, it's actually like a very cool touch to that. I'm a little bit interested to see how exactly they're going to plan on playing this. Because at this point... with them, I actually mean more G2 Esports than Fnatic, because, well, Fnatic has a sniper comp. That's obvious. But G2 Esports, how are they going to play? They must have known that Muradin and Jaina would be picked. So what's going to be their plan? They definitely have some kind of plan where they are saying, hey, we are completely okay with them going into this comp, no matter how strong it is, because we are going to do something completely different. And now we have them with Uther Kelthas. And that early pick on Uther is something that we don't see these days that often anymore. It still happens sometimes, but Uther is not the immediate first ban, first pick that he was a few weeks ago, especially, of course, after the last patch. Illidan is banned by Fnatic, and I like this. GT Esports has shown a tendency to play Illidan lately, and with the setup that they have right now, an Illidan would make sense. You could go into a Kerrigan too if you really wanted to, but considering that Fnatic has like Muradin, Jaina, and Tyrande, I don't really think that they are too afraid of a Kerrigan. So I don't really feel that is the whole plan of G2 Esports. But as expected, as I said, Tacita plus Uther is a very viable setup for G2 Esports. But which assassin are they going to run with this? I'm really thinking even about a Thrall. Like, usually I wouldn't say that G2 Esports plays Thrall. We have seen him once or twice, but maybe they're really going to use him here. Since I'm not quite sure if a Kerrigan would really be the best decision, the best like addition to the combo that they play right now. Fnatic, even Fnatic could think about a Kerrigan, to be absolutely blunt. I mean, they have the stun, they have the burst damage. Why not even add a Kerrigan to the mix with what they are currently running here? They could do that. Might add that ETC, which gives them even more stun. Right now, this is Stun City, what they are playing. If they go into like a Reyna or a Vala, they would go a bit away from that, but add more range damage. It is a bit more reliable and not as cooldown dependent. It was as compared to what Jaina adds to the mix. But still, I'm very curious about G2 Esports' last pick. There's the ETC for Fnatic, as kind of expected. Could they really run a Kerrigan here on top of all of that? Kind of doubt it a bit. I think they go a bit more traditional. But yeah. For G2 Esports, I'm really curious to see what the last pick is going to be, because I feel it has to be something that really changes the whole dynamic of that setup that they have. And that would mean something like a melee assassin, like a Thrall. Can they... I was thinking earlier about if they could use a Tannis, but I don't see that either. The Sylvanas pick for Fnatic is actually something that I like, because G2 Esports, as I said, has shown the tendency to play Sylvanas. I don't really think Sylvanas would really be strong enough for that setup, would be solid, I suppose. But Fnatic doesn't want to run that risk. They use her, and they can. I mean, the lineup that they currently have definitely supports the Sylvanas. You get that silence on top of all the stuns that they have. You get a bit of damage from range as well. Can spam out that Shadow Dagger. Is G-Sport, like... I don't know. I get the feeling that G2 Esports is a bit rattled here. I really get the feeling that right now they're looking at this and we're like, well, we didn't expect you to take Sylvanas away, because G2 Esports is kind of the only team currently that plays Sylvanas. I don't think I've seen any other team in the European scene really pick her as often as they do. Most of the teams ignore her completely. And with the way that G2 Esports is running down that time pool now, it looks to me like they thought they could pick her up. And even with the Sylvanas, I'm not 100% certain if that combo would have worked. They have a ton of sustain with it. But that stun on the side of Fnatic is really scaring me. And with them now also using Sylvanas and apparently picking it away from G2 Esports, what other reason is there for the Polish team to not pick a hero yet? It seems very much like G2 Esports is in a bit of trouble. How do you replace Sylvanas when your whole idea apparently was to use Tyrael and Sylvanas as a combo with Judgment again? Even though there is this much stun. I mean, normally we would see Sanctification, but G2 Esports showed Judgment in the last game, and I suppose they would have shown it now too. There's a Johanna for the double front line. Okay, so they add Johanna to the mix. I like the composition of Fnatic a lot more, to be absolutely frank here. An ETC with a power slide, Mirror with the stuns, Tirana with the extra damage, burst damage from Jaina. This is a pretty sick setup that is being run here now. So I'm not so sure how exactly this is going to play out for them. But yeah. Okay, just a second. Let's see if we have our lobby up. I'm a bit worried for them right now. I'm really like thinking about how this game is currently like running, the dynamic that we saw in the last game on the last map and that we're seeing now. But it seems to me really that G2 might be in a bit of trouble here. They will probably use now a Sanctification over Judgment since they don't have Sylvanas. But apparently they were really banking their hopes on getting that combo again that they used in the last game. And it kind of worked, but I also think that in the last game they had a superior composition. So for now, Fnatic seems very strong with that draft. And we'll have to see how exactly this entire setup is going to work for them right now. I'm curious. I'm going to be honest here. I mean, we have the third map coming up right now. I'm super excited for that. And I'm very curious to see how exactly this is going to work out for them now. So, yeah, let's check that out. Have a look who's going to take it here. It's the first match that we see in the Heroes Battle Arena. And therefore, which team is going to take those points? I mean, we're going to find that out now since Sky Temple is loading up. And it's, of course, going to be quite interesting. After they already played a few days ago, which team is going to take it today. Last time it was Fnatic in the end, but right now there's a chance that G2 has just found a way to deal with them. But Fnatic has a super strong setup here and seems like they could take it again. So let's jump into the map.
I would prepare for your ceaseless battle.
And the game starts again with the third map. We have to the left side Fnatic. And they go up against G2 Esports again. Map number 3. To the left side of the map, we have ETC, played by Breeze, Quacknix on Sylvanas, Mene on Jaina, Shat on Muradin. Smexy is playing Tyrande. And to the right side of the map, we are currently seeing G2 Esports, the Polish team, with Juve on Tyrael. We have Shichu on Johanna. We see Bashek on Kel'Thas, Leo from Korea on Uther, and Tazada, played by Nika. Game on, and this is of course the important one. This is the last one that these two teams are going to play here in this series, at least, at the Heroes Battle Arena. Big shout out once again to G2A and Twitch for sponsoring the event here. And it's already starting. I love, by the way, Juve's skin here. That Seraphim Tyrael skin is, in my opinion, still one of the best. I was super hyped when they redid the Demonic Tyrael skin, and I really thought that would be my favorite. But in-game, this one just looks much better. The mask is a bit weird, and you don't see it as much in-game as you do in the shop. So right now, there's already a battle raging in the mid lane. Both of the teams are trying to get a bit of a dominant position here. We have a lot of talents that are based on regeneration globes for G2 Esports. They run double Conjurer's Pursuit, they run the Mana Addict, and also one Regeneration Master. Level 1, by the way, Knight Takes Pawn, is of course still the standard tell for Johanna, but I'm mentioning it since we had recently a bit of a variation here with the Regeneration Master taken. If you play Johanna as a solo tank, a few of the teams seem to consider Regeneration Master as the better option, since it gives them, of course, even more survivability, especially if you play that also in combination with the Laws of Hope then later. So for now, we have on level 1 for ETC again, Rock taken. So the whole idea here is to make sure that you get a bit of additional... Oh, well, there comes an attack against the first hero that he could take down, Juve. No, Tyrell jumps away. Yeah, so it's just like extra sustain that you get from ETC in such a scenario, especially when you're running a Tyrande as a solo support. Extra sustain is something that is going to be super nice. You sometimes see even for Sylvanas the Leech talent on level 7 taken for the Shadow Dagger instead of anything else, which is kind of interesting. Teams are currently experimenting a lot with different builds for their heroes when they're running a Tassadar or a Tyrande solo. And it's interesting to see how many of these heroes can actually be run solo and how many compositions. So at this point, we have Smexistal and Mena. They are starting to fight for the first of those temples. Both of them are up. But we have level 4 hitting much faster for the Polish team. They already have their talent. Oh, quick picks on all of these talents. They're using it to the extent they can. Oh, Quacknix just barely getting away. Shat is jumping. Most of them still have that well up, so can move in and can take that. But yeah, this is a very interesting spot here, because Fnatic is starting for, I want to say, one of the first times at all, is starting to fall a bit behind here. Right now, once again, the fight happening and the potential kill against Mena. Oh, he gets away. The body blocks from the rest of the team are keeping Mena and Jaina alive. Very, very well played here. Great moves on the side of Fnatic, but still, it is G2 Esports who win the temple, so they did even better. But that save was, of course, absolutely fantastic. Just like body blocking everybody else was very well done. So currently we have in the mid lane, we have Shad, Bashek, Nika. All of them are starting to rotate towards the top to make sure that they are getting another hit here, or another few shots with those temples. We're also having, well, Protective Shield, Healing Ward chosen. Healing Ward actually a talent that is being picked a little bit more often these days, again, especially when you have a Tassadar that is trying to add as much heal as he possibly can to the entire lineup. We have with the level 4s for Fnatic now the increased radius on Snowstorm, and they attempt to take a few shots up at the top away. And they're able to do that. They had heroes also on the lanes trying to soak some of the experience. The cool part is just that we have still a very close game. G2 Esports is playing currently the better match. They are farther ahead in experience. They will actually hit level 7 nearly. But we still have a situation where Fnatic should be able to fight on even talents with their opponent's team. So right now, down to the bot lane, we have Juve starting to move away again. I guess they're going to try and take a few more camps. There's also those Bruiser camps to be taken, and the first one has been claimed by G2 Esports up at the top lane. We are also seeing now down to the bottom that Siege Giant camp being attacked, and they go for that immediately. In the mid lane, we have Breeze and Shiku. These two are also starting to have their little personal duel here, but the next temple should be announced very soon, and then Fnatic has to be on level 7, which they will hit any second, and there it is. We have Cleanse, by the way, used. We have Conviction taken, level 7 for Johanna, and now, as you can tell, it is follow through on level 7 for a bit more damage. Breeze is actually attempting to move in right now, and the potential kill against Juve, and they get it. What a timing. Very well done here. They get the kill up at the top lane. We have still Quacknix pushing the lane. And just look how fast with the Unstable Poison Talent at level 7 he's able to burst down this Bruiser camp. Very well done. Very well done indeed. Level 8 for both of the teams now any second. Positioning in the mid lane, where we see Shiku and Bashik getting in position right now. So we have Shat also just like staying around here a little bit longer. He's of course the newest addition to the team, since Black Scorp is taking a break from Heroes of the Storm, and therefore we had him leave Fnatic. Top lane, by the way, still being pressured by Quacknix. He has soon enough to just like rotate around again. Down to the bot lane, one of the towers here is gone. The wall is also still in place. We are 5.5 minutes in, and everybody is starting to fight for the Bruiser camp to the left side of the map, where Quacknix is starting to jump away. We have the rest of the team also in position here. Shats, Mexistal, all of them are getting into their spot. Quacknix here eliminating the camp. The camp was stolen by G2 Esports. Very nice effort by them, but the temple is now on the bot lane, and it's level 9 versus, close enough, 9 versus 9 I'd call that, but still a slight lead in experience for Team G2 Esports, and that means that they could hit the level 10 during the fight, and if they do that, then they of course have a pretty massive advantage going into these fights. So let's see how exactly that's going to plan out here. Quacknix already at the top is starting to move in and burst down another wave. they basically give up on the temple. They say like, yeah, you guys take the shots, you're ahead already, you will be able to take that down, but we need 10 and you get it too fast without the rogue ability, we can't contest it. And yeah, Force War was a bit too late here to truly trap anybody, but now it's a blessed shield. Judgment still used, no Sanctification, even though there's a high burst potential on the side of Fnatic. So let's see how Judgment works out over Sanctification, considering how many stun heroes exist here. Yep, and there's exactly what we just talked about. That stun and burst potential. Goodbye, Tassadar. He doesn't even get the chance to twitch. I mean, that poor guy is taken down immediately. He's there, and then a second later, half a second later, he's just gone. So right now we have Juve and the rest of them fighting here in the middle. The stun and potentially kill against Quacknix. The Haunting Wave is too late. The silence still hits. Party time! Party time in the Ring of Frost! And the kill against Kel'Thas. Nice counter kill. They start focusing Shihu on Johanna. She's already low, has to well up again. Breeze jumped in once more. It's at least a kill for a kill. Here jumps out Shad and power slide for Breeze. Does he have it up? Should have it any second now, but he's dropping really low. Breeze! Oh, and there it is. The power slide to safety. Juve is attempting to go after him, but it's a bit too late. And also Shad has the cooldown ready on his Dwarf Toss to escape here. But yeah, that mosh pit, a 3-man mosh pit, that was really, really good. Couldn't really capitalize on it too much though. They were able to get 1 kill on top of that, but that's already about it. We have 3 kills versus 1 though in favor of Fnatic. It's kind of crazy if you think about it. I mean, they've been the ones behind an experience most of the time, so you would expect GMS2 to do a bit better when it comes to the kills, but they only got that 1 kill at the beginning of the game, or actually just now against Quacknix. It's just the way that they position themselves on the map and soak experience that is currently superior to what Fnatic does. But Fnatic is currently just like trying to take the lanes, and especially at the bot lane they can burst down that 1 camp that has been taken. Quacknix is there, is using that immediately, well, bursts down the Siege Giants, and is now trying to just make sure that he does exactly the same thing with that wall to the side there, but Juve is rotating over and making sure that that doesn't happen anytime soon, so a pretty cool move here by him. Make sure that that just doesn't happen, protects the wall, and everybody else is currently just in the mid lane. Again, the attack, oh my god! And that snipe against Johanna of all heroes. It just shows how much you can do if you get a good stun lock against an opponent, which is exactly what they were just like able to pull off there. Very well done. And well, as you can see, right now we are having at the bot lane, Temples activating once again. Well, actually not there, at the top lane, it's the exact same picture, but nobody is there. There's a rotation happening right now on the side of, well, on the side of Sylvanas, so he's starting to take the position. Easily taking down this entire wave. And that should mean level 13, and yes indeed, there it is. G2 Esports is going to take the same level in a second. There they have it. And they already tried to isolate someone with a force wall, but that didn't really work out for them too well. So yeah, so far so good. We have currently also Overflowing Light taken. Muradin is waiting a bit longer with his talent to take a double spell shield, by the way. The respect for the snipe comps is definitely real. And we have, besides that, of course, the Chain Bomb finally for Tassadar, which will allow him to get a lot more damage onto the board. When we're talking about Tassadar himself, Kel'Thas, of course, with the Chain Bomb. Tassadar himself with the Prescience taken on the level. Oh, over here, Muradin gets away. Even without that level 16 talent, is able to escape. He has still not chosen his level 13 talent yet, by the way. Shad should really make up his mind what he wants to use here. It's either going to be the extra damage on the Thunderclap or the Spell Shield. Burning Ray, the Spell Shield it is. After all that damage that we just saw, they're going into that talent. Quacknix, look at that, up at the top lane. He hasn't even finished the temple. He hasn't even done that. You had one job, dude. Smexy style, angry, moving over, helping him out here. Not quite, of course, but yeah. Bot lane, that's where we still see G2 Esports very active and trying to steal camps away, and they are successful. So they take this one. We have also now on level 13 Evasive Fire taken. Now that's an interesting talent to take, considering the setup that we are seeing here. Oftentimes you will still see Sylvanas players head straight into the Spell Shield if she feels she's too threatened. And with Storm, Chain Bombs and everything else considered, I could have seen a Spell Shield on Sylvanas as well, especially since in the last 2 fights they've been trying to take her down consistently. Fnatic is moving around now. They have level 15. They're actually like a bit closer in experience, a bit ahead in experience right now. Here comes the judgment again on Sylvanas. Immediately smacks his style with his heroic ability. Right away he's using it, and the mosh pit interrupted here. That didn't do anything. Nice force wall, but the silence hits home. Can they follow that up with stuns? They're trying to. Breeze should have the cooldown, and he does. Power slides in, Divine Shield on Tyrael. Quacknix jumps away with a Haunting Wave, but the kill potentially against Maxi style. Yeah, Tyrande down. Tyrande dead, and now everybody else is moving away once more. It's really so crucial to get that mosh pit in. The cooldown on that rogue ability is insane. I mean, mosh pit has 120 seconds. It's full 2 minutes, and that is of course incredible. If that gets interrupted before it even really starts, then you find yourself in a very awkward spot, and you're just like, well, that didn't work. As you can see right now, Fnatic, wow, the balls on these boys. That is... I'm not quite sure if I agree with this move. I mean, I guess they are trying something here, trying to just like make sure that they get boss while the temples are up, and G2 Esports is going to try and claim them. But yeah, boss has to be. They have to move away. Yeah, they have to let that go, at least for now. I mean, they actually like bought some time, I suppose. I mean, not really. The temples weren't active yet. We're trying to sneak it in. I mean, you can try. As long as you move away when you realize you can't make it, then it's fine. Level 16 talents should still be at the same time for both of them. Yeah, and here they are, any second now. Temple in the mid lane is actually claimed first. That's kind of nice for Fnatic that they get a few shots in. Now level 16 for both of them, and more these 16s, especially for G2 Esports. Arcane Barrier, more damage for Tacita, Static Charge on 7, Second Strike on 16. They also have Fanaticism now, which is also pretty sweet. Boss is being attacked. Breeze has the mosh pit in 8 more seconds. No, the force wall! He's trying to get around it. They go on the spot. There's only Tyrande. Breeze has to move in. He does, but he's too late. Oh my god, can they win the fight though? Mane with a great... Oh my god, that ice block. Great ice block, but it does not matter. They do not have that panic button that the Divine Shield of Uther can provide G2 Esports with, and therefore they lose Mane. Tyrande just doesn't have the heal that she needs in this case. Oh, that could have been such a good fight for Fnatic with a good mosh pit, but the force wall that we saw, that was incredible. That was a great force wall that they put down there. And with that force wall that Nika used, they are now maybe even able to, maybe not quite win the game, but get a massive lead. We're not only talking about that keep here, boys. We're talking about the 2 temples that are still up. And if they get another pick, they will try to move in for the kill against the core. They can actually do that. They have, look at this. They have a siege giant camp on top of things. The boss as well. They move in and they are gonna wreak havoc here. They have to be very careful though, because G2 Esports is very low on hit points. They will have to move back. I don't think they can survive this. Not with ETC coming back and his heroic being ready. But they might be able to get even more shots of these temples on the way back. But that was pretty well done. I have to say, like, that the attack at the boss was awesome. Nika saved them with that force wall. ETC was in position. He was waiting for it. He was just sitting there and saying, like, all right, you are mine. And then that force wall comes. He has to walk around. You could really tell how, yeah, Tyrande was trying to move on the spot to block it a bit longer, but then the boss was claimed anyways. And it was just like fantastic play on the side of especially Nika, but G2 in general. That silence though, whoa! And now they go in again. Shat and Breeze eat a lot of damage. Again, it's Sylvanas that is being attacked. They're trying to burst her away, and they get the double kill. G2 Esports is all of a sudden like turning this game on its head. They are playing a great setup here. I doubted them. I have to admit that freely. They impressed me here. I doubted them when I saw these drafts. Fnatic has so much burst potential, but they're not really getting these bursts in. They got isolated kills earlier, but in the fights with Tacita and Uther, G2 Esports has just too much sustain. They have the Tyrael for extra shields and also, of course, Johanna. So they play this setup, a very sustainable force that they set up here, and it works beautifully for them. It works so well, much, much better than I expected it to. So kudos to G2 Esports. That was a very nice match that they played here. It's not over yet, but if it continues like in the last 2 minutes, anything like the last 2 minutes, then they will have won that. Uh-oh, that was a mistake. Yeah, Divine Shield. Leo has to use the Divine Shield to keep Juve alive. There might be another Stormbolt though, but I think at this point they have enough players there. Here comes the jump. Ah, and Shat misses the last second attempt to stun out Tyrael once again. Yeah, they're going into the mid lane. And in the mid lane, they want to get the shots on the temple that is still active on the map. The problem, of course, with all of this is that we are still in a situation where we could see the 20 talents playing the biggest role. Think about like what has been destroyed for Fnatic. There's a keep down in the mid lane, there's a keep down at the bot lane, and we just now see the first wall attacked that protects a keep on the side of G2 Esports. So when we're talking structures, G2 Esports is in such a great job. They are in such a fantastic position here. And, well, Fnatic is just like really struggling to keep in the game. They want to try and fight before level 20 is hit by their opponents, but G2 is just moving away. They're just like saying, hey, no, not happening. We are moving away. You can have that camp. We don't care about the camp. As long as we can wait until we have level 20, it's fine. Look at this. They play like they are the ones who are behind the talent, but they're actually not. They just don't want to open up an opportunity for Fnatic to turn this game around. They're saying, we take level 20. That's an advantage that we worked for very hard. Once we have the talent, then we can talk about fighting. But before that, be our guest, push this wall in. We dare you. Just do your thing. When Fnatic, they realize that they won't be able to force a fight and they have to back off now because level 20 hits any second, and that's just something that they can't do. Even Shadowstalk being used. Are they trying to get a kill? It looks like they are. They're moving in with Shadowstalk, trying to get a kill here. Can they take that? Level 20 is there. Here comes Tyrael. Juve, stun, and he's down. Juve is down. Oh god, why would you split from the rest of the team? This is the opportunity for Fnatic to get some experience. They have 55 seconds to gain a level or at least get as close as possible. As soon as we see those shrines again up on the map, they will have to react. The boss is going to be back in another 25 seconds, by the way. They can go for the boss. If they start to attack it immediately when it pops up on the map, then they have a chance. But of course, G2 knows that too. They're just like sitting there and just saying, well, what can they do? They might go for boss once it's up, because Tyrael is going to be dead for another few seconds. There's the temple on the map. Level 20 is nearly there for Fnatic. Boss is going to be here in 2 seconds. 24 additional ones for Tyrael, but Fnatic doesn't go for it. But we have G2 looking at it immediately. They actually try to take it. Fnatic will head up against the boss, and they can't allow that. They cannot allow that. Shad was already moving in. He sees that it has been attacked, but the opponent is moving away. The only one on that spot is Breeze. He has his Bolt of the Storm. So does now Sylvanas, and Jaina's most likely going to go for it too. So we would have a triple Bolt of the Storm here on their side. There's the shots already. Mid lane is being attacked. The wall is already gone, but it's all about the fight right now. It's all about that fight. Where are the talents for Muradin? Where's the one for Tyrande? They need that 20. They haven't taken it yet. They need to take that 20 in that fight. It's probably on Quickcast, and there we have it. Hunter's Swiftness, and Hardened Shield have been chosen, and this is the fight that could decide the game. This is such an important battle right now. There's so much on the map that you can grab. Not only the temple, that boss. Here comes the mosh pit in the backline. Judgment used to interrupt it. And the silence against 3. Breeze is moving out. Oh, the force wall is stopping him. He's getting healed once. He might get healed again. Smexy style is trying to keep him alive, and he actually does. Shihu! Indestructible procs, and Johanna will have to move away here. What a fight. Not a single kill yet. Force wall again. Juve isolated. Tyrael, and Juve is down. He's trying to take Breeze with him, but he's not gonna get that kill. And just like that, Fnatic is ahead again. Bashek jumps away with the Bolt of the Storm. The top lane has been pushed by a massive camp going through a few of the structures. The temple has been claimed, and this is an opportunity for Fnatic to take the boss now. This is a chance that they have down here at the bot lane. The catapults, they have to be eliminated by someone. That's Sylvanas' job. Quadnix moving in, going straight for it, pushing them back, pushing these waves back, whereas the rest of the team is already at the boss. Shad is waiting for them. He knows they'll come, but Sylvanas is not with them yet. Sylvanas is still in the base. Here comes the attack against Muradin. He jumps out before the condemn hits them, and we see, of course, Sylvanas already on the way. Sylvanas still killing that catapult and moving over to the right. Heroic abilities are nearly up. The boss, are they going to go for it? 14 seconds on Tyrael before he's back on the map. Shad is low, so is Breeze. Mane moves in from behind. He's trying to hit that Blizzard, but has to retreat again as they shift path. 3 seconds on Tyrael. The boss still there on a third of his hit point. Tyrael is back on the map. G2 is eating a lot of damage already. Breeze moves in. Face melts them away. Force wall and Divine Shield have been used. The boss still aggroed. G2, they want the boss now. They want it. They're really fighting for it at this point. 10 seconds until ETC will have the mosh pit back. Here comes the silence. Good silence. Shihu is super low. Oh my god, Shihu could actually die here. Shad jumps in, is trying to take him. Breeze. Oh. His mosh pit is now ready, but he's dead, and that's the double kill. A kill against Johanna. The boss is actually fighting with them. And this is still the play of G2 Esports. They are moving in on the boss. The stun. Oh, he had to use his ice block. There's the attempt to go for it, but no, they didn't move on the spot. They need to kill these heroes now. Shed needs to get some kills in, but he can't. He dies, and this should be game. The boss on the move, 2 temples active on the map. To be absolutely frank with you, I don't even think G2 Esports should try and go for core. I think they should go for the temples now. They will be up in 10 seconds. This is their chance to end it, but well, if they can kill Quackness, then they do. They do. Yeah, this is going to kill him. This is it either way. No matter what they do, Temple, attack it, they will win it. This is their victory. They claim the game and finish this out with a 2-0 victory against Fnatic. Really well played here. Great job on the side of G2 Esports. They're down 1 game after the first map against Fnatic, and then they win 2 in a row and are able to claim victory here. Extremely well played, and they win the first best of 3 at the Heroes Battle Arena. Great play. Really great play that we've just seen on the side of them. So that was actually extremely well done. So we have the first victory for G2 Esports. They take it with a 2-1 against Fnatic. And especially after that first game, not really what you would have expected there, but they are able to make it happen. So again, big shout out to Twitch and also G2A for sponsoring the event here and for setting this entire league up. This is the first best of 3 of the day that we had here. But of course, we're going to have few more action and a few more plays for you very soon.